among the NGOs, International Service for Human Rights.
Thank you, President. This is a joint statement. States have an obligation to pay UN membership dues in full and in time. The failure of many states to do so, often for politically motivated reasons, is causing a financial liquidity crisis, meaning that resolutions and mandates of the Council cannot be implemented. This is a breach of legal obligations, a betrayal of victims and survivors of violations and abuses, and a waste of the time and resources we have collectively invested over the last 4 weeks. Pay your dues. We deplore the double standards in applying international law and the failure of certain states to push for accountability and ending impunity for all atrocity crimes. We also deplore initiatives and threats by some states to undermine or sanction the vital work of international justice and accountability bodies, including the ICJ and the ICC. This undermines the integrity of the framework, the legitimacy of this institution, and the credibility of those states. From Afghanistan to China to Eritrea to Myanmar to Palestine to Sri Lanka to Sudan to Ukraine, resolving grave violations requires states to address root causes, applying human rights norms in a principled and consistent way. States promoting or supporting thematic resolutions must apply these same principles universally, including to country-specific issues. We urge all states to implement resolutions consistently, both nationally and internationally, and to align their actions with universal human rights standards they claim to uphold, especially in responding to atrocity crimes. We welcome the EMLR renewal and the strengthening of its resources. This is a recognition of its value and need to continue investigating states' law enforcement practices and their impacts on Africans and people of African descent, including the legacies of colonialism and the transatlantic slave trade in enslaved Africans. We urge states to ensure full cooperation with EMLR, including by implementing its recommendations and responding promptly to its communications and country visit requests. We welcome the adoption of the resolutions on Eritrea, Rohingya, climate change, firearms, freedom of expression, peaceful protests, judges and lawyers, HIV, discrimination against women and girls, technology-facilitated gender-based violence, preventing adolescent girls' pregnancy, and on menstrual hygiene management. We regret that the resolution on climate change did not mention fossil fuels and the protection of environmental human rights defenders. We regret that the Council failed to adequately respond to the situations in China, Libya, and Saudi Arabia. Finally, we regret the increasing obstacles to civil society access and participation, both in person and remotely, as well as the incidence of reprisals here in Geneva against those seeking to cooperate with the Council. This not only undermines the capacities and effectiveness of civil society, but also of the Council itself. The full version will be posted on the extranet. Thank you.